Welcome to another cycle of Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions, a family podcast created for the next generation. Grandma Smarge can't wait to see what you'll become, Monk and Little Al. Live, pre-recorded from our family laundry room, with Smarge, Haas, and sometimes Otter, and always not the real guest. Here we hang it on the line with everyday ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. In the room where famous people are loved, adored, and admired, however, not invited. Except for the great Willie Nelson, of course. Thanks for joining us in the laundry room while we fold through life's journeys. Here, we're keeping it real, washing through stains, and making colors a little bit brighter.
Season 2, we're back. How's it going, Smarge?
It's going. How are you?
I'm good. How's your laundry going? Looks like your laundry room is almost done.
Yeah, I'm on the home stretch. We're on the home stretch, but now I just want it done.
Yeah.
Like we have some tile work on the floor to do, and I'm like, screw it.
Yeah.
I'll just keep the tile and the boards that I put on there to make it even and throw a rug over it. I just want to get everything else finished.
Yeah, and we have
because it did make me get behind in my laundry.
I know.
And
yeah,
then I
you
got
were
all
doing
grouchy.
laundry all day yesterday.
Yeah, what did I say? 7th, 8th load? What the heck?
I was like, I've never even
I love my children, but
considered that much.
one in particular really loves towels,
Yeah.
even into adulthood, and only likes to use these towels
like
once.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I literally had to hide towels under Poppy G's sink because everybody's afraid to go there for 6 weeks while they were here. Like a whole stack.
Like
He's like, how long
nice
is this going to happen? I said, as long as they're here. Don't tell them that's it because that's only more laundry for me. But now I'm all caught up.
So does her partner do that too? Do they both do it?
They are very, very well matched together.
Yeah, they
Yes.
are. It's kind of weird.
It is
How did you
strange.
guys find each other?
I
Very
don't know.
similar.
But I'm glad. And I'm glad that now Monk and his parents are in their wonderful little home.
I know, me too. It's gonna look. I mean, I can't wait to see it all put together. It's basically all ready.
Yep.
But it's so exciting.
So, anyway, I have a confession.
What is your confession?
I was thinking about Monk
Mm-hmm.
and Little Al, and okay, so that's the baby. So I'm revisiting the baby years again.
Which we just had Monk's first birthday.
We did.
Was
Yep.
that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
He's growing way too fast.
Which is unbelievable. It's been a year.
It's nuts. Oh.
So my confession is, and then, it's been a while since I've had teenagers too, but I totally forgot about that age in between.
Yeah, that like tweenie age. Or
Some
whatever
people
they
call it tweenie.
Yeah.
And Haas, what was that ages for the tweenie?
It's like 9 to 12 years old, I think.
Okay.
So that kind of like awkward stage where you're like not
Yeah.
a kid anymore, but you're not a teenager yet. You're a tweenie.
So that's my confession. I totally forgot about those years.
Yeah,
So
like, what do you do with those kids?
yeah, what are you supposed to do with them?
Well, you're in luck, Smarge, because
I thought I might be.
guests
I get so
today-
lucky on this podcast.
No, it's crazy. how
Unbelievable.
Our confessions seem to always match.
I
what our
know.
guests are very educated on. But anyway, our guests today have one almost 2 tweenies now. We have Linda and
Johnny Bravo,
Bravo.
CPA
it escaped me. We just talked about it.
In the house.
in the house.
Up in here. Thank you guys for being on.
Yes, thank you. So they are about to be in the midst of the tweenie years with both of their children.
2 tweenies.
Mm-hmm.
Because how old are they now?
8 turning 9 in February, and then 10 turning 11 next Tuesday.
Oh my goodness.
We call him Double B.
Double B.
Ooh, I
Okay,
like
so
that.
do you have a nickname for?
Yes.
Let me.
What's the
It's
other one?
it's
Yeah.
bok choy, remember?
Oh.
Bok choy.
So if you do it backwards, it's bok.
And look at me.
and then
I'm
choy.
into doing things backwards.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cute.
Lynn
I'm
and
sure
I,
she
we-
loves that nickname.
We were
So we should call them.
Kung Pow.
It's true.
That's
Kung
his
Pow.
real nickname.
Oh, Kung Pow.
Is Kung Pow. So we were
Bok choy and Kung Pow. Who knew? But I love it. Because that is, I was going to insist on a name for the
when I
youngsters.
was pregnant with both
Oh my
kids, we
God.
decided not to tell anyone the names we chose for the kids.
Good for you.
And that's how we came up with Kung Pow. And
Because that's what you just call them. Like,
Well,
okay.
because I'm the whitest Asian.
Right.
So we were just making up a joke on the walk. Well, let's call him Kung Pao. Like, we thought it was funny. And one of our friends who wasn't
That is
Matt's
pretty
dad,
funny.
he like did some wood burning and did this cool like Kung Pao wood burning
No
that's in his
way.
by
bedroom. right now.
burning, John meant carving.
Oh, I
Oh.
knew what you meant.
You know,
Yeah,
burning
yeah.
smoke. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, my gosh.
That's adorable.
Oh,
I actually
so-
love that.
Bok choy.
So yeah, so when we when Linda was we went to the hospital. We actually didn't. I don't think we even had a name until we got in the hospital.
Really?
I had a name, John. Didn't agree to it until I was in labor.
And then he said, okay.
And then
you
it
can have
sounded
whatever you
completely
want.
different. However you said it, it sounded completely different when you were in labor. And good for you, CPA, for picking up on that.
Bok choy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Bok
it. It's
choy.
got a great, beautiful ring to it.
Well, one of my daughters, who shall remain nameless on this podcast, I would ask her, and for years she says, if I have a daughter, I'm going to name her Pencil. And now
I
I'm
love
kind
it.
of like, Pencil. Like at some point,
It's
I'm going to
got kind
see
of a
someone
cute
running
ring
around
to it.
going, "Ah, you were going to be Pencil."
I see bad things coming for this person because when I think of pencil, I think of number 2, like the number 2 pencil,
Oh, see,
and
I-
number 2
I didn't
Leave
go
it to
there.
I went
Johnny
the,
Bravo
a different
CPA,
way.
the only male in the room.
means
Yeah.
you're going.
This is why we do need.
numero dos.
Oh,
This
see,
is
that's
why
a
we
little
need
more
the
creative, I think.
the male input
Yeah.
every
Do we?
now and then.
Do
Every
we?
now and then. So I do
That's
look
really
forward to
funny.
Little Pencil at some, but I do love bok choy and Kung Pao.
Yeah. So tell us, I mean, I think Smarge knows and I know, teenage years are probably the worst years ever. I know I was a horrible teenager.
But we're
You
gonna
know,
try
you
and
had
turn that
horrible
around.
teenagers.
Yeah.
Is the tweenie stage so far, how's it going so far? Is it maybe a little more challenging than you thought or easier than you thought?
It's easier than I thought.
Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
it's been so fun
Really? Why do
Yeah.
you say that?
because we get to do all these things with the kids because they're big enough where we can actually do a lot more things
Right.
with them, and our kids love going to things. Like, for
Oh
example,
my gosh.
we start taking them to concerts. I love
Oh,
live
see,
music.
that is cool.
So this stage for me has been so much fun.
Oh,
And they're
that's
not,
awesome
like-
because they still want to be with you.
yeah, they don't think
Yes.
that it's like lame to be hanging out with their parents
So-
yet.
Very interesting enough.
That is
We took
great.
them to where did we go again? What was it? The
Well,
concert?
didn't you take
Recently?
them to a music?
Some Brown, Zac Brown Band.
Oh,
sorry.
Zac Brown Band.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, when? 2
So-
days ago?
Yeah, 2 days. Yeah.
Shout out
We were
to
just
Zac Brown
talking
Band.
about-
There's a lot
Very-
that goes on in my life. I
Very
forget.
good music.
However, speaking of tweenie years, I'm not sure if he wasn't sure what he was supposed to do because half the
Kung
concert,
Pao. Is this Kung Pao?
yeah, Kung Pao,
Okay.
he like slept underneath his panda thing for half the show, and then the other half he was out like jamming and dancing and singing with us. So part of it is like
think he
that's
was
interesting because
overwhelmed?
he's like, I'm still a kid. I don't really know I'm supposed to be here. And then the other side is like, oh, I know this song. Let's
He
dance.
just
Let's
needed
have
to
fun.
acclimate.
Is he the
It's-
older one?
Yeah.
of the
Yes,
two?
he's the
Okay.
older one. I also gave him my cell phone, so I think he was hiding and playing games.
Oh, yep. Okay.
And then he
Oh,
heard a song he
see?
knew,
Yeah.
and then he came out.
And then he's like, okay.
I think that's what happened.
So do you think that's what happened, CPA, over there?
You know, very different parenting styles.
From the
He-
beginning?
He gave his cell phone to Bok Choy. That's how it's different.
Oh.
She's a little younger.
How is that different? It's not different. Well,
It's
How did your
Oh my
daughter
gosh.
enjoy the concert? Because
she
she's
loved
8.
it. She's
so-
8, and she loved the concert.
Yeah.
She
good.
did. One of her really good friends was there too, though.
Oh, good. That
Yeah.
helps. So then, does your daughter and son get along really well? Are they close?
They are close. Our daughter idolizes our son,
Oh,
who's
I love
older,
that. Yeah.
and I feel like he tolerates her.
Okay, that's normal though.
I think the
know,
oldest
but
are
it
like that
hurts.
kind of
That's how
most
it
of
was
the time.
with me and my brother too. I mean, well, we went through phases. I used to think he was the coolest person on the planet. Then we hated each other. Now we're back to I think he's the coolest person on the planet. So
I think that's
it'll
what it'll be
pivot.
for them.
yeah, it'll pivot, but That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Kung Pow, did you know, like, you kind of entered into these tweenie years, like there was kind of like this difference of what's before tweenies? What do you call that? Just
Kids.
kid, just a kid,
Rats.
Brat.
Kid.
I love that one.
kid face. I don't know. I guess it comes a sense of maturity. Did you start to get that? Did you guys get this sense of maturity with him a little bit, or maybe not yet?
Give them more
Maybe not yet.
responsibility.
Well, I think
or-
it's been kind of organic how
Okay.
it happened.
Right.
I can't pinpoint a time, an event, or a date or year when it's happened, but absolutely.
Right.
He is definitely way more responsible now, but I wouldn't call him responsible.
Right.
But he's more
Getting
responsible.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Than he was before. And I think that's where we have totally been fortunate because our kids overall are just lovely and
Yeah.
easy.
Oh,
I say overall,
And then-
because
You
we have
guys
our
are-
moments. We have our moments.
Okay, and because no wash is ever perfect, right?
Sometimes
There's
you
always
get-
some wrinkles.
Speaking of that, you said 7 loads of laundry. I was trying to do the math.
I
on
think
that.
she
Seven.
did 8.
I think I ended
Was
at
it 8? Okay.
8 yesterday.
So,
8 yesterday.
Being Asian, I should be good at this. So typically it's 50 minutes of wash.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all. That's like an
I-
entire day of doing laundry.
Well, yeah, I started, I think, at 8:30 in the morning, and actually, I woke up and couldn't sleep for an hour at 3:30, so that's when the last one went into the dryer.
Well, and you didn't have your little roommate here that you had to be quiet.
Right, that's true.
So,
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
take
Lit-
advantage
yeah,
of cleaning
Monk
the house
was
at
Monk
3 in
was
the
not
morning.
here, so if I had to get up and do laundry, it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I didn't like him, but no, got through it, and it's all done.
Yeah, that's nice.
So,
That must feel
I
good.
want to hear about. You had taken them to a music festival was it New Mexico or was
Arizona.
Close.
it Arizona?
What?
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah.
Which
I want to
music
hear about
festival?
that.
Is the Innings Music Festival, and it was the kids' first live in-person concert, and we're like, why
Fun.
not go to a festival?
Wow, you guys went. balls
No
to the
kidding. Now,
walls
was
for
this
that one.
tent camping, motorhome camping, hotel? Did you
No.
like go back to a hotel that night?
Yeah, we had a hotel.
Oh, good.
Good.
Good. Because
We
to me, that would have been a lot for the first time.
we,
Be right in the
well,
middle
we
of it.
also bought VIP tickets.
Nice.
So the kids.
You guys know how to do it then.
spoiled them.
Right.
Now,
Oh.
every music festival they ever go to now, they're going to be like, oh, this
They'll
is
be like,
trash.
what is this? I remember at one point, I think it was the evening of night 1, and we're in our VIP section, which has tables, chairs, and it's to the right of the stage. And John points out to the crowd, like far out, and all you can see is just this little light. And he let, I think it was Kung Pow, like, do you see that little light? And he's like, kind of, it's so far away. And then CPA here is like, those were the tickets I used to get.
Yeah.
Like, how lucky are you guys?
And we used to sleep in the dirt
Yeah.
with all the
That's
other
like-
hooligans, and you don't have a shower or
Fight
bathroom.
to try and get like a view of the stage.
Yeah.
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 But that is good you brought
Spoiled
their
them.
attention to it, because
did.
some people could just go in and not think that, oh, wait, this is what they're going to expect, and not make that
Right.
connection. So that's great, though.
I also wanted the first experience to be amazing because
Yeah.
I love
True.
live music where I'm
Right.
like, see how amazing live music is?
Right.
And did they really appreciate it? Did they love it?
They loved it. I don't know if they appreciated it.
Maybe not now. but
Right.
They will.
I think they will at
definitely
some point, but they
Right.
definitely loved it.
Now, CPA, do you like live music as much
I
as...
love it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So there is a match there.
Mhm.
There is a match there.
We just like different.
I wasn't even going to go there yet.
Yeah. I do want to talk about that, though.
Yeah.
Do we want to dive into that now? Because you guys.
I don't know. Well, first, any stories about the festival? Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
what's your
let's wrap that up.
like? How did it go? How many days was it? How did it go? I'm sure.
So it
I'm
was
sure you
two-
pick and
it was
choose.
2 days. It was
Okay.
a 2-day festival. I mean, personally, I don't know how the kids enjoy this, but we saw Green Day.
What?
We saw
I love Green Day.
We saw Mumford.
Mumford.
I love Mumford.
I
Sons.
Yeah.
see the different
Oh my
We saw-
Yeah,
artists
yeah,
that we
yeah.
talk about.
Hang on, I'm not done, honey.
The head and the
We saw
heart.
The
The head
Offspring.
and the heart.
Okay. Okay.
We saw
Wow.
Eddie Vedder.
What a
Okay.
great festival.
And then there were a bunch of other random.
What was
Bands
did
that they-
something stick out to them they really liked or?
Yeah.
Oh, Weezer.
Oh,
Or Kung Pow.
Yes.
Oh, they would.
Kung
love
Pow
Weezer.
loved
oh,
Weezer.
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
that seems like a perfect kind
Mhm.
Oh, that's exciting.
genre for them.
Yeah, so he enjoyed it so much that when Weezer came and played at Fiddler's, we took them to Weezer, and he was so excited.
Oh.
And then we were
Everybody was
listening to
just like,
Weezer for
Look
probably
at these
2
little
weeks.
groupies you're bracing.
I think they're
That's
the coolest
adorable.
Parents. My parents would
Yeah,
not do
it was
this.
like voodoo or something. It was
But my-
bad for us to go to concerts for some reason. I didn't go. I had to leave state. I was like 19 years old before I went to my first concert.
I mean, I was younger, but I think my mom, I don't know. I think my mom was a bit of an older parent, and then she was a single mom for quite a long time. So I guess that's one thing. But you guys obviously seem like very young, hip, fun parents. That's really cool. I think.
Thank you for calling me young. I appreciate that.
I think your kids will appreciate that when they're older and they look back, and you guys are like their friends now. You know, like my mom's obviously my best friend, but it's harder when you have kids later on in life. You know.
Yeah, and
Yeah, maybe there's.
I
a
never
different-
got to go to concerts with my parents.
Yeah, my
ever.
parents.
Yeah.
My
So-
parents wouldn't even.
I don't think
dream-
you did.
They didn't even
either.
want. I don't think my
Yeah.
parents wanted to go to a
Yeah,
concert.
I've
with me.
never been to a concert with my parents.
And
I-
you were raised.
I ran into my mom. At a
You were born in
concert one
China,
time.
right?
Yes.
Were you raised in China? Or
Until I was 7. And then we
7?
came to the
Okay.
States.
Okay. I did remember you mentioning that at one point. So wow, how
Yeah.
different is that for your kids as it was for you?
I would say like 180.
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine. And your mom's here now? You
She
said?
is.
Oh.
And she's visiting. She's
Oh,
with
nice.
the kids right now.
Oh wow! How long
Nice.
is she here for?
Until December 6th.
Oh wow!
Do you need to renovate your laundry room? Do you need a carpenter? Go ahead and call Arlo Carpentry. Arlo Carpentry will serve all your woodwork needs, from woodwork to wood stock. Arlo Carpentry, serving the greater Denver metro area for the past 13.5 months. Arlo Carpentry, we're gonna nail it for ya.
This
So I
is a
can talk
joke.
out loud all I want, and people will be like, "You're not talking to yourself, are you?" And I'm like, "No, I can talk.
Oh, I
I'm
get
talking to
it.
the dogs."
So
Yeah.
the reason why John's saying talking out loud is because he's like, I'm just talking out loud. I'm like, how else do you talk?
Oh, that is
Are
true.
you thinking out loud, honey? Or are you talking?
Look,
Oh, was that inside voice? Did that just come out? Oh, that was my inside.
Here's-
That was inside my head voice, not my.
here's the deal. I
What
didn't
is the
know when
deal, John?
I got married. I had no idea that I gained this helper called Linda. Like,
It is called a 100% support team 100% of the time.
That's
Okay, that's
what
what that is.
you call
Helping
it.
you make the right decisions at all times.
Yes,
You're
that's
welcome.
coming. Yeah, I have a helper.
And a great support team, don't you?
You guys are
Espe-
so stinking cute.
like
They are.
especially
They're
like
adorable.
the main.
How long have you been
the
married
best
now?
one? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm gonna
How
ask
long
Linda
have you
because
been-
Linda remembers everything, but she forgets the date of our marriage.
12 years.
Okay.
What was the
12
date?
years.
August 27th,
Okay.
2011.
She did.
You get a back massage tonight. Good for you.
Oh.
Four.
This
What do you have to
woman
do for a front massage?
remember. Well, I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Well, that's a whole nother
I'm gonna get a
story.
tattoo of a money sign.
Wait, say it. Now you have to say. it.
Now you have
Okay.
to say
So-
yourself.
earlier.
Apparently,
I am
this
like-
just switched over into laundry room and lap
Yes,
dance
this is
rating,
like
okay?
dirty. This is dirty laundry room
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. We're getting
So-
out the stain
dirty
sticks
laundry.
I am like
as he speaks.
terribly tetrified of needles, just in general, like getting blood drawn, anything. I had a cortisone shot in my heel, and I was like freaking out. But especially tattoos, like it just freaks me out.
Really?
But
it feels so good. Actually.
Because you're also choosing to do that.
well, I'm like
Is that
defecating my skin or something. I didn't.
Yeah.
But if I were to get a tattoo, it would be a money sign, and I would put it on my penis.
On your penis.
You would put a $sign on your penis.
Why?
It would be a Ben Franklin, honey,
Ooh, why Ben Franklin?
because I like to watch my money grow,
Okay. Then,
and women love to blow it.
I can tell
I
Linda's heard this.
that
Who these women are.
yeah. That has been a joke in the making for how long you been working on that
Man,
CPA?
That's pretty good.
That is nice.
I
That is
literally
nice.
I heard this yesterday on a
Okay, and you
Facebook
just couldn't
on a
wait. You
Facebook.
just could.
I
But
thought
what
you
I
could
do
tell
is
us for years.
I write it down on my calendar so I remember my jokes. And one of my reps,
How
Sarah,
cute.
sees it and she's like, "What are you doing here, Becker?" Yeah,
I bet
it's
that
crazy.
was, and that was your, who saw that? Your,
one of my coworkers.
oh dear.
Someone who he works with. But he started writing dad jokes because
love a
with
good
Bok
dad joke.
Choy, the two of them exchange jokes on a daily.
Wait, that's
like
so cute.
daily.
That's adorable. We should have you two on to
Yeah.
exchange jokes for like 15
CPA
minutes or
and
something.
an 8-year-old.
Yes, that would be.
Daily exchange of jokes.
And I
it's
bet
the
they are evenly
cutest.
matched.
That's so
Evenly
cute.
matched, I
It
bet.
really is the best.
Oh,
makes
we
me
would love to
cry.
see that.
It's amazing. I love it.
We work on jokes here.
Oh,
Yeah, Haas, knock knock.
Haas, what's the joke?
Who's there?
Nacho,
Nacho who?
not your dad. We do dead dad jokes because we lost our fathers, and it's like our
This
We call it dead
Didn't
dad.
We decide we lost our dads. the
I think
same
you
year?
did,
I
but
did.
I haven't checked it out yet. I need to
we did.
I need to get some proof,
Okay.
which is going to go straight to Nana. I'm going to ask Nana, and she'll
Nano.
tell me for sure. So, but anyway,
Why can't Barbie get pregnant?
Why?
Because Ken comes in a different box.
in so many different ways.
That was good. I like
I
that
can't
one.
tell
You
that
can
one
take
to.
that
I
one.
can't
You
tell
can
that one to
take-
bok choy yet.
You
like
can take
I've been
that
dying
joke,
to,
and
and
that's what laundry
Monday,
room.
Joel.
that
Linda
laundry
says I
room and lap
can't do it
dances
yet.
Are for.
but
No,
maybe
you
when
can't.
she's out of the tweenie years, when she's a teenager.
No. Just no.
Oh,
Just, I don't know.
Not to.
What is a
Her.
cat's favorite drink?
Ooh.
Mountain Dew. Tell her that one.
That's a good dad
That's
joke.
when that's a
That
good
is a
one for
good
an
dad
8-year-old.
joke.
and then she's gonna be like, "What's Mountain Dew?"
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't think
Oh, you guys
they'd-
give Mountain Dew. at
No.
the house? Oh.
So the only joke that I think all four of my girls and I would remember is like a family joke. Like someone was always saying it, but the only one that ever stuck was about the fucking muffin or the talking muffin. Do you know, like something about a muffin in an oven? Like it's hot in here. I don't even know the joke anymore.
Oh,
But that's the
I've
only,
heard that joke.
and the only reason I think it stuck with our family is because at the time the 8-year-old told us.
Are you part of the family? Because you don't remember the joke. What family are you
What
talking about?
family are you
It's my
referring to?
family, but they have
It's something about like
they have really
it's
worked on my
something
memory.
About, like, what did the talking muffins say in the oven? He said,
He's a
hot
boy,
in
it's
here,
hot
and then
in
they
here.
go, holy shit, it's a talking muffin.
Yeah, only the 8-year-old said, "Holy fuck, it's a talking muffin!" And she looked at
can't
me, and
remember
the whole kitchen went quiet. And she looked at me, and she goes, "It's okay in a joke, right?"
That's even better.
I know. Holy, yeah, it's like,
Okay.
holy shit, it's a fucking talking. I don't remember how she. And she just looked at me like, and I'm in a joke, right? It's okay in a book. It's okay in a joke. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty funny. And now it's the only one I thought I remembered, but. Apparently that Alzheimer's kicking in quicker than I thought. It's not Alzheimer's. It's just having too many damn
Just
kids.
forgetfulness. You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, but to get back at it, back to our wonderful guests. So I am curious, where did you guys even meet? Back to even go further past, when you had kids, obviously. Like, you guys are obviously adorable together. I love your chemistry. You're very
We-
different, but
Did
guys
you
are
hear that,
cute.
honey?
Adorable.
Where did-
Adorable.
Adorable.
Where did you guys meet? I'm very curious.
So this was way back when in 2007 I had he worked for our company and
With a framey.
his then office manager
Menaces.
reached
To
out to
society.
me, and it was like when Career Builders, a monster, when you would upload your resume. So my resume was up. She reached out to me and was like, I think this is a great fit. I'm like, I need a job and money. That sounds great.
Perfect.
It is a good fit.
Perfect
so
fit.
I go in for my
Nice.
first interview. I check in. And I'm sitting, and I remember the place because it was like a half basement kind of office, and there was windows behind me, 2 chairs. I sit in one of the chairs, and
Her life's about to change. I
Right.
can tell.
Johnny
She's a little
Bravo
shaky.
walks by, and he walked by me, stops, backtracks,
Oh my God.
and he goes, "Have you been helped?" And I looked at him because I was nervous for the interview. Yes, like my eyes were like, "Go away."
Don't fucking talk to me.
RBF. I'm like, what the? I was trying to be nice.
Oh my God, that's so
I did the Michael Jackson back.
No, I can, and knowing John, as long as I've known him,
That's
I
so
can see
cute.
him doing that.
Right.
It's
I
very
can too.
adorable.
And I just met
like,
you today. I
like
can
he's
see it.
walking by going, how am I not going to pass this up? How am I? Okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay, so
then
what?
a week later, I have my second interview and I'm walking into the boss's office. He walks by me intentionally. He's like, you've been helped. And set me.
Oh my God, Johnny, stop.
I thought that was hilarious.
That's
is
really
great.
cute.
The wink, the finger, all of it.
yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh, that guy's funny.
And so you're like
Personality.
on cloud 9 right now,
Right.
Because you're ready for the interview. This cute guy is telling you that
I bet you got
you've
the
been
job.
helped.
I did get the job.
Yep.
And this was end of June. His then boss had a 4th of July
So you guys
party.
both worked for this said person?
No.
Oh,
so
sorry.
he has this 4th of July party for all of his agents and people.
Okay.
I show up and I am in like a sundress. Everybody else.
She was hot. It was a hot day. I understood why she wore
summer.
that dress. It
It
was
was
like
summer,
all the guys were in like khaki shorts, collared
as
shirts.
they do,
way overdressed.
As they do. There was one guy
dragging their
in
flip flops and their cargo
oversized
shorts.
basketball shorts.
Was he wearing Thailand pants?
No, oversized basketball shorts and a sleeveless.
Favorite look.
It's so good,
With
right?
the slagging
There's
flip
no
flops that they
cargo,
can't
though.
seem to keep on their feet.
Basketball shorts.
That
is my
that tank
favorite
top
look.
for the record.
Yes.
I got that in Panama City Beach on spring break.
I bet you did.
First signing up for a
bet
credit
you
card
did.
for $15,000.
Yeah.
He shows up. Well, he was already there, and we just start talking, and we talk the entire day and night. At one point, I remember telling him, like, do you think that shirt looks good on you? And he goes, it looks amazing. Why?
Oh my
And I was
God,
like,
it started from the beginning, which
I
is
know.
awesome. Like you both knew what you were going to be dealing with.
I was like, I'm not really sure you have the arms for that. And his response was, I don't know what you're looking at, but I think you need glasses.
That's why I wore
I don't know
baggy
where you're
clothes.
from,
Oh.
but where I'm from, I'm hot.
I know.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's
What is
hilarious.
going on?
And we did not talk to
Oh,
anybody
how-
else. Like, we spent the entire day
That's
together.
so cute.
adorable.
Then the next morning was Monday. His then boss
Was there a
called-
hangover?
I don't remember. I don't.
Probably not. You guys were high on love.
She said she doesn't remember. Get it?
They-
I don't really remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
High on love.
Hangover.
Yeah.
So his
I like
then
to call
boss
it
calls
love.
me, starts yelling at me because I'm not in the office. I was like, well, you know, your wife, who's the office manager, didn't tell me I had to be in. I don't know what my hours are. And he takes a step
What?
back and is just like, oh, well,
That would be important information.
right? He's like, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, he yelled at me for like 5 minutes, I feel like. And I let him finish. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to work for you. And then,
You're
Wait,
my new
what?
hero.
and then,
Aw,
and I
good
needed
for
a
you.
job and money. But I was like, I'm not tolerating that. If
Good
this is how
for
it starts, no,
you.
thank you.
Good for you.
And then I think like
Oh my gosh.
2 minutes later, I get an email from Johnny Bravo here. It was like, so I'm really sad that you're not working for us. Do you want to grab a cup of coffee? A cup of Joe. That's what he said. A
God,
cup of
look
Joe.
at you.
And that's how it started.
Well, no,
God.
you turned me. You.
I
No, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
you tell the rest.
No, no,
Okay,
no, no.
okay.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
you know what they
not
say,
that
there's-
immediate.
Okay. Well, you know,
It-
for her,
I might have
she's
sent.
tired. She's been with you for 12 years now. Okay. She's exhausted.
16.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
married
you were married
12.
12.
Married 12,
Oh my
16.
God. Wow.
No, we do want to hear what you have to say, Johnny.
Does she
Bravo.
look tired?
CPA. No.
Have
But
you
I
seen
can
the
see-
bags under my eyes? I mean,
do love
you're
how I
wearing
hadn't seen-
glasses.
we talk on the phone
You
for
might
a
need to
reason.
get
I
the
wear shaded.
prescription
I wear
shot.
shaded glasses, so you don't see
Just
my
like
bags.
Linda couldn't see my
I was gonna
massive
say,
biceps.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone around you needs glasses.
But it's yeah,
Your
and I got mine on.
massive
But
biceps.
what's funny
and
is
your
we
bags
talk to
under
each
your
other, we
eyes.
text each other, but
Just
we hadn't
not
actually.
seeing clearly.
How long had it been since we hadn't actually seen each other? It had been like a good 5 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or 5 or 6 years that we hadn't seen each other. And then when we saw each other, you know, you're like, you look so great. And I'm like, you look exactly the same. He's like, I should. I'm Asian.
Yeah, she
We
tells
don't-
me a
Oh,
story.
I love
laughed
you. This is
We
why I
don't
love
age.
you.
so hard when she told me that.
Yeah, we don't
It was
age.
funny.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
wait,
so-
I know John needs to finish that, but
Yeah,
he
but-
likes to tell me I look my age and he looks younger. So I apparently do age.
But he does not.
That's
I understand.
definitely not true.
Honey, you look so good for
I'm-
being in your 40s.
I know that this is like a really.
I've started
offensive-
telling people I'm in my 80s.
There you go. That's a good way to do it. You look look amazing.
I know. I went, wait, I'm going the wrong way. I am focusing on the wrong number here if I want compliments.
We can edit this out. I am
can,
really
yeah.
curious. Can I ask how old you guys are? Because I
Yeah.
know that's so rude, but
It's-
you guys look so young.
I don't think it's rude, but
I'm turning 50 in
but
March.
I'm proud of my age. I'm 43.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
How old are you?
49.
No, you're not.
According
No
And you don't
way.
have to edit that out. I think
according to my
proud of
adoption
her age.
papers,
I think you should too.
I think
but
they
a lot
fucked
of
it
people
up.
Are very offended
Yeah,
by
a
that,
lot
so
of-
I didn't want to
definitely,
make you feel uncomfortable,
definitely
but-
40s, but
I
not
wanna
49.
change that.
And
I
that
want-
is
I
Johnny
want people
Bravo's
to
story.
I think
And
it's
he's
like
sticking to it.
probably 45.
So you think your adoption papers could have been?
I think
could have
they
been.
altered
And I
them.
have heard of that.
Adopted?
I have heard
Yeah.
of that. I have.
Yeah,
heard
John's
of that.
adopted.
So I have heard of
I
that.
just
I am
think
the
people
whitest
should own their
Asian you'll
age.
ever
I do
meet.
too.
Where
I
were
love
you
Panda
adopted from?
Express.
Some ages are a little easier to own than
Like
others.
80.
but
It's amazing. You look so good.
Hold on. Too many conversations. We're getting too excited.
I don't know
Wait,
because
John, tell me where you were adopted from.
Do you want to be serious?
Seoul, Korea.
Korea?
Darn it, I was going to say North Korea.
No.
It was a test
of what?
Right.
of just knowledge.
Yeah.
But
How
she
would
can't
we
tell
know?
looking at you.
The only reason I was
Wheezing?
hoping you wouldn't chime in, and again, you're my helper, so I understand, was I was in Dayton, Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
the armpit of America, not Commerce City, Colorado. by the way.
I had a great time in Dayton, Ohio. I must have been in a.
You must have been
place.
on the outskirts of the armpit.
I loved it.
You didn't get
There was a
into
missing
the
giraffe
armpit.
at the time. I was looking for. I loved it.
What?
I had a
Did
great
you-
time.
Did
Go ahead,
you
keep going.
find the giraffe?
No, and that's what I thought was so fucking amazing is nobody could find this missing fucking giraffe. On the
Those things are
outskirts of-
tiny. Like, no wonder you couldn't see it. There's just poke its head out of a hole and like,
Those
was
things are
nuts.
tiny.
It was nuts,
You can't find them
But
anywhere.
it was nuts. But anyway, go ahead. That was just
Yeah.
my experience in Dayton. I
No.
loved it. But you weren't happy there.
no,
Okay.
I had the most amazing experience.
Okay.
I was there for work with Matt Buchan and some reps, and I went out there to do some training appointments, and we got done. I'm like, I want to find a dive bar. I love dive bars.
I do
You
too.
walk in,
Love a good
my
dive.
I do
feet.
remember you used to meet me at the Rusty Bucket.
Yes, the rusty. Yeah. See? Rusty. So I like when you walk
Yeah,
in
and
that
your
your
feet
feet
kinda
stick.
Oh,
Like,
me
Yeah,
too.
this
that's
is
the best.
this place rocks.
Yeah.
So we
You
find
know,
this.
It has that like really interesting smell.
Yeah.
You know, they all smell
Yeah.
like a
And it's-
old beer.
and
They all
By
have
the
their
way-
own smell, but kind of the same smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gold in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
you know
you
found a
have
good
You
one.
know
found-
that you're
you
gonna get
found the right
good
bar.
quality.
Oh my God, I
It's
didn't know
like-
there were others of
like
you
a
out there.
7-year-old bartender who's been there since the start, and she's just like
She sounds like a
pissed off at
Vegas,
life.
like a Vegas slot
She's
cocktail
been
lady with
smoking
yeah.
cigarettes since 8 a.m.
How are you, Johnny CPA?
So-
Go
what can
ahead.
I do? For
So we're in this bar, we're sitting on the bar, and this lady walks up and is getting a to-go order, and she just looks at me. And she says, "You're not from around here, are you?" I was like, "Oh, fuck."
No, I'm from.
It's like, "No,
Asia.
I'm not. I'm here for work." Like, because I really was. I'm not from Dayton, Ohio. I'm from Denver.
Right.
She goes, "Oh, well, what do you do?" I'm like, "You're dumb." I was like, "This is going to be fun." I said, "Well,
Hold on.
I'm from North Korea," is what I told her.
Oh my God. You.
And
did
she
not-
goes,
And why would you not want to? I think
she
it's
goes, "Really?" I'm like, "This lady is really intelligent." Dayton, Ohio. Like, yeah, I'm here for work. And there is like an Air Force base in Dayton.
Let's not insult everyone from
from
Dayton. It was one person.
great. Disclaimer.
From
Beep,
all
beep.
of our Dayton listeners.
And
we love you.
actually, you know,
We
Linda
do.
and I are going to have to talk.
Yeah. So I said to this lady, "I'm here for work." And she goes, "Oh, what kind of work?" "I'm scouting out the Air Force base." This is after I told her I was from North Korea. Nothing,
You're
nothing,
kidding.
That's mean.
nothing registered.
No, but at a certain point, honey, you have to recognize
that
she
That
didn't
she
get
doesn't
it.
get it.
I know, but that was the best
But-
part because my
'Cause
my
you're like,
coworkers
how far can this go?
were rolling right next to me.
I
She was
bet.
like oblivious to watching this whole thing go down.
Okay, but did she have a reaction to you scouting out the?
She goes, "No, this is what she said to the bartender when she collected her food." She goes, "Did you know this guy is from North Korea? And he's like doing reconnaissance on the Air Force base?"
I don't think she used the word
Well,
reconnaissance. did
she didn't. That was way out of her league. But
you might want
I
to.
don't
take
remember
that
what
out.
edit. Anyways, the point is, I was like, no one gets out of North Korea. Like, really?
And then sitting at a dive bar
And
of
then
their
you don't-
choice?
You don't go to
Dayton.
work. Working on Air Force.
Yeah. So,
and
anyways,
scoping them out.
I was
Seeing
hoping-
how far you could take it.
I was gonna test you for just a second before my helper
I don't
stepped
know.
in,
I would hope
and I don't
that-
know what I do without my helper.
I know.
My
So
helper
the
is
thing
here.
about me,
And that's
though,
the
is
whole
that
thing.
I
You
take
would be
things-
lost. We wouldn't know where you're at. I mean, you wouldn't know what to. You wouldn't know what to.
You know what?
You wouldn't.
I knew how to drive perfectly before I
I
met
bet it
Linda.
changed. I bet your driving changed the minute.
You needed assistance.
Yeah.
You could tell.
She
You're
was-
not the best
It was
drivers,
probably
Johnny.
within weeks of saving your life from a terrible automobile accident. You were probably making left turns without
You're
looking.
welcome.
There you go.
I don't know what I do without you,
So
honey.
you guys got married what year?
11.
2011.
And
What
they
month
met
again?
Good.
August.
Date?
27th,
27.
Was it
No,
sunny
no
or rainy?
helper.
and they married. They got,
It rained.
And then it was sunny.
And then it was
Oh,
sunny.
that's good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out.
But wait, you're from Seoul, Korea, or you were
Yes.
adopted from. So you were over there, and then you were brought here.
See,
That was
yo hablo español muy
that was
bien.
my original question. Yeah, because you were adopted from
¿Cuánto años?
from North Korea.
Cuatro años.
Any memory?
No,
Okay.
nada.
Do you speak
Nada, no.
Korean?
Solamente hablo español, inglés y sign language.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So anyway, you guys are very different. How does that, work when you have children? I mean, you have to have kind of be on the same page, but you have very different parenting styles, I imagine. What is that? What is
Yeah.
that kind of like? What's that balance like?
I think it's fun for our kids.
I bet. Because they're fighting.
could
Your
see the
guys are
fun.
disagreeing.
So earlier you asked about the tweenie age. That's where it's starting to change. Is like, but mom said or dad said that's been coming out, and I've been waiting for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because we have friends with kids that are older, and that's starting to come out. I would say that's been the change. Is just like they know who to ask
For what they.
for what they want more so now
Right,
than
right.
before. Like they've always kind of done it, but now it's very strategic.
Okay.
I call it lying.
I think it's a development that
I
they
think
do
so
have to go through as
too.
long as it doesn't go too
That's
far.
very polite
because
for saying
I think a lot of kids
lying.
do that, though.
And so where we differ, in
Well,
this
that's
is,
how you chest out lying. I guess I don't know.
I think it's something admirable. I'm like, they know the cues, they know who to go to, and I'm like, I think that is a really good trait to have.
No, it's
But this is
amazing.
important.
And it's
you guys
actually-
need to stick together
it
more than
sh-
ever now.
It shows how intelligent
Yeah.
they are. Like
Yeah.
kids are so
Yes.
smart. They pick up on cues. They know who to ask. They know timing. They know how to phrase it. Like they are
Okay.
way more intelligent
Oh
than
my
we give
gosh.
them credit for.
And
sometimes.
when to ask. Like
Oh,
our kids
they're
will know.
malicious.
They're
Oh,
like,
when to-
ooh,
yeah.
they start and they're like, ooh, not this
Yeah,
time.
this I'm gonna go down another road. This
Yeah.
is not gonna end up in yes.
I even remember as a kid, because my mother mostly raised us after my father died, but I remember testing my dad one time because my mom would give us anything. She was the go-to parent. We'd just be like, Mom, I need this. She's just like, yes, yes, yes. And then we would go to my dad, and he was the more, realistic one. And
Like,
he
why
paid
do
the
you need
bills,
this?
And he's
you
like,
really
why?
need
Yeah.
3?
So I remember testing him one time, like, oh, my, mom said that we could have this. So
Okay,
like,
that's
we
a lie, probably. Then
it was, but
you
I, but
crossed
I
the line.
literally was testing him
Uh-huh.
to see what he would say, and he literally was like, "Well, I'm going to talk to your mom about that then."
I
'Cause
love
that's-
that.
You know what I mean? But I
And you
I
left
knew
skid
in
marks
my
in your
mind
panties,
that
didn't you? You went, oh shit, I want them
yeah,
to talk.
I was like, oh no, they're
Damn
gonna figure
it.
it out.
So where we are totally different is I am very type A, and I'm very
Are
rigid
you?
in certain things, and it is. So we thought that would be my
Certain
parenting
things?
style, like everything.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't
no,
it weird?
not everything, because we thought that would be my parenting
Yeah.
style. So our first child is a 4-legged dog named
Yeah.
Natty,
Mhm.
and that was John's insight. He's like, wait, what? You're not the structured one. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I was like, but she's so cute. And
Right.
she's our baby. And John was a disciplinarian and did all the training. It was amazing.
Really, that's shocking.
It is shocking.
Shocked the heck out of me too.
In our relationship, I am like I do better when I know what is about to happen, and John's more spontaneous.
Right.
And that's like how it works. I'm like, I plan, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to be here. I'm going to go along for the ride. And then we have our kids, same thing. I'm the one that gives in. I'm the one that's like, yeah, why not? You asked, so yes, the answer is yes. And John's like, oh, babe, we can't do that.
No way.
He looks at me and be like, and he'll shake his head.
He's like,
no.
I thought,
I could not
do you
see- I
cave?
do not
Do you,
see that.
I know.
Does she cave first? Are you in the situation where
Parenting is
you walk
where
out of the room and then
we
she
are
caves
the
first?
opposite. But
And
everything
yes.
else in
And you're in
life,
shock.
You're
You're
like
It's-
fun parents. You're like, I'll give you whatever you want.
I was
do, but he's the-
expecting the exact
Yep.
opposite.
I could see that.
Where, because Linda keeps
Do you want
me
to
under
share
a
your
tight leash.
like how you make a living, your trade? Do you want to share with us?
Yeah, I'm an attorney.
Right. Okay. So I
the
could
type
see
A
why. I could
Part
see
of
why,
it makes sense.
I could see why CPA would think you'd parent a certain way, but that went out
yeah.
the window.
It completely
That's
went
adorable.
out the window. And
Shocking and adorable.
it's so different. So you said I'm the fun parent. I'm like, no, he is still the fun
Well,
parent.
I'm sure you are too as well. I didn't mean
He-
to say that you weren't, but
Because he's still the spontaneous one. I don't have
Oh,
that
right.
gene. I'm
Yeah.
missing it.
Right.
So he's the one that, like, when we don't know what we're doing, he'll be like, oh, what do we have around us? And he'll
Let's-
create an
right.
activity, and it'll be so
oh,
fun.
that's so cute.
I know. But where we are alike is if he makes a decision, and I know him well enough to know what he's going to say. And at this point, he knows all the things I give in
Yeah.
on. But he supports me 100% as a parent. I support his decision.
Yeah, you have to.
And that's
even if
where
you
we
don't.
are aligned.
Yeah.
And when we've had our moments when we weren't, and we have conversations. And it's like, we have to be aligned
You have to
because
be
we
on the
have
same
one
page.
goal here.
Yeah.
We have one goal here, and it's
Yeah.
to raise good humans.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
humans.
the arm
Productive,
wrestling didn't
happy
work
humans.
out
It
well
didn't-
for
yeah.
me because of my
Because,
lack of biceps.
Yeah, that's true.
I work out.
But I got my glasses
Let's-
on now, and I okay. I mean, I'm seeing where you're going.
You had your glasses on before.
I think I see them.
I see where you're going.
Are they over there? Are they right? Are they on that arm or that arm?
It's funny you say
both?
that.
Okay.
I was just listening to a podcast Matthew McConaughey was on, and he talked about one of the moments that he realized, like, oh, my mom and dad are a unit. Like, oh, they're together. Was
It's
he
like us
had-
against the kids.
he like mouthed off or something, and it was directed towards his mother. And his dad stood up and said, "She's the love of my life. I do not speak to her that way." And he was like, "Oh, I never looked at it that way. Like, I never looked, like, my mom was my
You
mom.
guys
I looked
are
at it as my mom.
partner.
I never looked at my mom as being the person for somebody else and
Yeah.
how special she is to someone else." And he said, and it changed
That's
for him.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
So
I
it's kind of
love that.
reminds me of
So-
what you were saying. Like, you stick together and
do.
they're going to know it.
Yeah.
So with the kids,
kids can tell.
I'm the one that they will kind of say anything to. And John definitely is like, if mom said it, this is what's happening. And he reminds them, because sometimes I and it's the craziest thing. I don't let this happen in any other aspect of my life. Like anyone.
Not even with me.
Not
That's the
even with
crazy
Ron.
thing. Like
People don't get away with anything. With me
nothing.
except for Bachow and Kung Pow.
Yeah.
And then he will step in. If they are slightly even rude to me, he will step in, put them in their place, and there's
That
a
is
consequence.
nice.
Oh,
Oh, you get a pat on the back there.
I
Yeah.
love
You
that.
do, CPA. Because
Every
that
time.
is true. I mean, and what a great message you're giving your son, how to treat, you know, I mean, yeah, someone not of his same sex.
Mm-hmm.
What a great way to show your daughter what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's both.
Like,
I mean,
like if I don't
treat
get
your
that,
spouse like
you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And the
Totally agree.
messages that are, I think that's great. That's
That's
wonderful.
Huge.
We try and do it too with man, this dude. He's
Wait,
tough.
bok choy. No,
Bok choy.
no,
Kung Pow.
Kung Pow.
Yeah,
Kung Pow.
I-
Kung Pow.
yeah, all Asian foods. And by the way, when you eat Asian food, you like take a poop right away. If you need to like get rid of bad stuff in your stomach, go to Panda Express and get
Yeah,
some bok
clear
choy
it
and
out.
Kung Pao.
But
It's
that's
like-
not Asian food.
Well, I
Yeah,
wouldn't think it's
that's
authentic.
Americanized.
That's yeah. It's
Asian.
what we
Look,
did to Mexican food too.
Just because there's Mexican chefs cooking it, it's still authentic. Anyways, what I was getting at was they used to like rat on each other all the time.
Really?
And it gets so terribly like taxing and annoying. I'm like, dude, you need to have Kate's back and Kate, you need to have Brady. In fact,
Yeah.
you should not be trying to get each other in trouble. You
Yeah,
should be trying to pull one over on the parents.
Yeah,
You guys are in this
that's your
together.
job.
Like,
You know?
come on. Like,
Yeah.
Work
what
together.
are we
To
doing
support
here?
each
Yeah.
other.
Right. And so that's just another like example of how we're trying to raise our kids. Like, you two are brother and sister. And at one point, like, mommy and daddy are not going to
And the
be
whole
here.
idea of life
Right.
is that
You
you
need to
have a
be
support
connected.
team still. Absolutely.
Work together.
Like
I
when
think that's
my
a huge
girls are
thing.
together and I find out, they were all together at, I don't know, on an afternoon or something, I can't tell you how that makes me feel. I don't have to be a part of it. I don't even have to be
Gotta
on
feel
the same
great.
continent. But the fact that they all came together, there's just something that makes me feel like, even when I'm not around, they're going to be okay. They're going to have each other,
Oh, yeah.
So that's great. And yeah, they should be conspiring together. And I bet that'll come.
He's going to be in middle school next year.
Oh, my
So
God.
a different
they're not gonna be in
school.
the same
Yeah.
school,
Oh, that's going to
so-
be crazy.
Yeah.
Easy.
She's
Bro.
already talking about it. Like,
She is.
I'm going to
because-
miss
wow.
Like, he's not going to be here. And
Oh, so you're getting the 5 on the line?
I was just gonna get 5 on the line. I had to ask really quick. So every guest that we have on, we ask them the 5 on the line questions. We have 5 questions that we just kind of spitball really quickly. Just the first answer that comes to your mind,
It could be as short as long as you want.
and we
I
can
mean,
ask
yeah.
both of you guys, obviously. So, the first question is, what was your favorite family vacation? This could be when you were a child, or this could be with your new kiddos now that you're an adult.
Oh, my favorite vacation was Grand Caymans with the kids. We did one tour, but otherwise we just rented a car and we just explored on our own. And it was so much fun to do kind of like our
Nice.
own thing. We went to the grocery store after breakfast every morning. We went to the grocery store and just bought snacks and food, and we would just hang out on the beach for the entire day. Us disconnected. It was amazing.
Nice.
That's so nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
How about you?
Perfect.
mine would be the liveaboard that we did. So we all got on a boat with another family, and then Lynette's mom and her sister and their kids. And we went somewhere in where?
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Exuma.
Okay.
Exuma Islands.
Cool.
And
That was
So you have your own
completely
boat.
disconnected.
Do you have your own captain?
Captain,
Captain,
crew.
engineer.
Okay.
Oh, Tebow.
We just like
Chef
disappeared for 4 days, 4 nights, whatever
That
it was.
sounds very
was
cool.
awesome.
7 nights, 8 days.
Felt like 4 because it went so fast. But that was
So note
mine.
to self, if you plan this trip, you're going to
That's
want to
really
stay
cool.
longer.
I will say that was.
That is very cool.
And also, we were disconnected.
right.
Yeah,
Again.
Completely.
That's the best
Just
part.
doing
My
your own
favorite
thing.
vacation is when you don't have a phone on you, you don't have a cell phone or laptop with you. Just
We saw the Milky Way every night.
no
every single night.
way.
And then we had
Oh,
rum
that's
punch,
amazing.
and we let our kids have Sprite and ice
Oh
cream.
God.
And we danced on, what's that called? The front of the boat?
The
The
bow.
bow.
Wow.
We just danced. We had music, and that was how
fun.
we did every
Oh my
night.
God, what a great vacation. That's amazing.
That is great. Just to let
So
go
then
and then
just to get on that high and then bring you down.
Down,
What
yeah.
was your
Disaster.
worst vacation?
like you wanted it to be good, but
Just-
it just was a disaster.
everything went wrong.
Yeah.
That would be all of the attempted vacations of my childhood.
Oh, you're not the only one that's been in here saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get that.
I love my dad.
Best expectations ever,
yeah.
and then, bam.
Exactly. And that was exactly it. That was
Aw.
exactly it. So
Oh,
my
I'm
vacation.
sorry.
And they were few and far in between. Like my entire childhood, I think we took maybe 2
So
because
Yeah.
money was an issue.
right, yeah,
Right,
of course,
We
yeah.
didn't. And then when we did, it just
Didn't work. I'm sorry about
I'm
that, but
sorry. But we've been
but-
there.
but this is
together.
great. I mean, you get to enjoy the family you're creating now and having great memories.
And you
with
learn
them.
from those mistakes, you know?
Exactly.
And you can plan accordingly. So
Mhm.
there's always a positive from those horrible
absolutely
vacations,
the
you know?
things we take from it.
Yeah. It makes you a better person. How about you, John?
Mine was more recent. We did a
Uh-oh. There's tension. There's tension. Turn on that spin cycle. Reverse.
do not
reverse.
throw your Chinese stars at me now.
Ah,
What was it?
what
babe?
was it?
It was the RV trip. We did an RV trip
Oh, I love
in New
that.
Mexico.
RV can go bad,
I
though. When it
loved
goes bad for
it.
people, it goes bad.
So,
Apparently, it went bad for CPA over here.
well, it wasn't entirely bad.
Was it
There were
hot?
moments about it that I didn't like, and it was because of Kung Pow, where he was just a a complete brat. So we went down to the taverns. Where was that again?
The cavern.
Caverns.
Not tavern.
Same thing.
We didn't drink down there.
TC.
Cat thing.
There's
I just caught on.
Tomato,
so you took
tomato.
bok choy and so you just went tavern hopping is
know,
what I
right?
hear in
It
your
was
RV.
amazing.
Well, not taverns.
Yeah,
Caverns.
I know.
Did I say taverns?
You did it at the beginning.
That's why he didn't enjoy it.
That's what was the problem.
In New Mexico,
CPA.
it's like miles.
Yes.
1 miles underground and then miles
Where
underneath.
was
They're
that again?
natural.
What was it?
It
The
is
place.
New Mexico?
The place.
It's not Carlsbad.
Yes, Carlsbad.
There you go.
So the
I don't know how I know that. I've never
caverns-
been
It was
there. I don't.
amazing.
It
Went
is
down,
cool. I've
like-
been
Okay.
there.
9
I loved it.
Yeah,
No,
so
now I
good.
have to ask since I just threw that out there. Is it Carlsbad?
Carlsbad.
Bad.
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 Bad to the
Carl's
bone.
been bad.
Carl's
Yeah.
been, oh,
Carl's been bad and he's going down to the caverns,
We're all
not
like
the taverns.
traversing down, and
Mhm.
he's just being
Is he being
a
like,
tool.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
And
don't want to be
tweenie.
here like this.
He
and
is
that, blah, 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 blah.
exercising his inner
blah, blah,
personality when
blah,
he's
blah.
unhappy.
I was so annoyed. And then my lovely helper / wife decides to buy him something in the gift store at the end
remember
like
when
to-
I said I give in?
Yeah,
to
as you do.
reward
Yeah,
his behavior.
Yeah, you do.
And I was like,
I-
what on earth are you doing?
She's about to cave, okay? She's just grasping at
She
straws at this
caved
point.
in the cavern.
Yeah, she's about to like never come
He
back up.
caved in the cave.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
caved.
So,
you caved in the cave.
It was just
man.
one of those experiences like, you're probably not going to do this again. Like, enjoy it.
Right.
And then it continued when we went hot air ballooning.
You guys
We've
went
never
hot air
done.
ballooning?
So we went to
Tucson.
no, it wasn't.
Tucson,
That's
Arizona.
Arizona, honey.
Oh.
You're still
No.
in New Mexico. Flags.
Taos.
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 Albuquerque. Oh yeah, Taos.
Hey, they both start with a T, honey.
Oh.
Like tavern.
Tavern, cavern.
So we went hot air. Our very first experience hot air balloon. It was fucking cold. By
It
the way.
was
My feet were
amazing.
freezing,
Yeah.
and this little motherfucker was like
We will edit
causing a fit.
because
like,
he was cold.
He was pouting. He was just like
what was
throwing the
Bok
scene.
Choy doing?
Yeah.
Loving life.
Yeah.
Is that
She
her?
loved it.
Is
Yeah.
that usually her role?
It is
Pretty-
her role.
She's very happy.
She's
Even
like
in the
my older-
cavern,
Boys.
she's like, Mom, look at
Yeah,
this
she's
formation.
like my
look at this
yeah,
formation.
yeah.
She loved
So,
every second
so
of it.
unfortunately, Bok Choy's having a bad throwing his teddies
Yeah.
out of the cot, so to speak.
And so-
He's
Oh,
older.
Kung Pow.
Kung Pow. Sorry,
Kung Pow.
What did
Bok
I say?
Choy
Bok
was
Choy.
enjoying
Oh,
herself.
she was enjoying herself.
Kung Pow.
Kung Pow
Kung
was
Pow.
not so
and,
happy.
and so the reason that
Not even at the aspect of going up in a hot air balloon.
bothers me
I
is
know,
because
Oh,
these are things that we never got to do as a
yeah,
child.
yeah.
And these are things that we're spending time, energy, money, all this stuff on. And you're
Right.
throwing a fit? Like,
Right.
no.
Like just enjoy it, you know?
That's
So
Yeah.
he crouched in a corner in the hot air balloon while we all enjoyed. We did pictures. I made him stand up for one picture. And it was just one of those things where I know that Johnny Bravo was like, this, like, if there was a way. So how we do things is if you are whining, complaining about an experience that is, or any experience, you sit out. But when you're in a hot air balloon, you can't really
They
sit out.
It was too. It was
It-
too
it
high.
takes
I was
time
thinking
out
about
corner
it,
to
but
a
it was too
whole
high.
new level.
Yeah. Because I.
They
this
didn't
is-
give us like.
That is child abuse
Parachutes.
at that point. Yeah.
yeah. Where we
Next
are
time.
alike is that if you take it for granted, then you don't get it.
That's fair. And I think that's a beautiful thing to teach your kids. Like,
Mhm.
this is once in a lifetime opportunity, essentially. Like, enjoy it, appreciate it. Like, a lot of kids don't get to do that, you know?
Right.
And so
Okay,
we
so
have another.
I'm going to
quick
ask a
question.
Smarge question. So going into these tweenie years and everything, like, do you have grandparents or grandparent fill-ins, and how are they most helpful? Because sometimes Smarges can be just really unhelpful, and then sometimes they can be very helpful. So what is helpful at this age?
So my mom is actually here now. She splits her time between our Colorado and Pennsylvania, where my sister lives.
Oh,
I think-
man, that is...
Yeah.
This is why I want a tiny home with a truck.
I
God,
love having my
yeah.
mom here. I love having her here
Oh.
because as an adult, I have a different relationship with her.
Of course.
Because of how tough our childhood was. And I say our because she experienced a lot of difficulties and
Right.
trauma too as I was growing up. So I love where we are now because we're able to enjoy each other in our experiences without, I'm like, how do I word this? So I think it's tough because like growing up, I grew up really poor and without resources, without money.
Right.
Without is the best way to explain it.
Without.
Without. So that's where your mind is. And I can't, now as a parent, I'm like, I can't imagine how stressful that is to grow up with children that you're trying to feed.
CPA, can you see, like, listening to her right now, that if she's about to cave down in the caves, by maybe going to the gift shop might be where her go-to is. I'm not saying it's the best decision or the right thing, but man, I can see making sense out of it. Like, why would I leave someone else I love so much back there in that trauma, so to speak?
Right.
I'm going to fix this any way I can, and this is how I see right now.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
I can definitely see that. My challenge with it is because I also didn't grow up with like getting all the stuff and whatever. So
okay.
So two kind of similar backgrounds, but yes, of course I see it.
I'm just wanting to bring that out because it just seemed to be, I get that. I can see that. And going without means a lot. And then also, were your grandparents around, or is this something like your mom is like, no, I am going to do this?
I think it's more my mom. So we came to the States when I was 7. And I kind of lost that connection completely with my grandparents.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy. It's so sad, unfortunately.
It is.
Sorry.
And it's that barrier.
For me
because
especially, I don't want that to ever happen.
Oh, gosh. That'll never happen.
I've already told my kids it's never happened.
Okay, see? Good.
Right.
But with us, having that financial barrier and then the distance, my parents didn't have a way to connect me with them. And then think about technology. I moved here in 1987. That technology wasn't there for me to have these virtual visits or contact with them on a regular, because that international call was so costly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about like Asian moms, I don't know if you don't have Asian moms.
I don't. I have not.
No Asian.
I have a white mom, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watch Joe Coy. It's Joe Coy, right?
It is.
He's a comedian. He's from the Philippines, and he does it way more eloquently than I'm about to.
Okay.
They're tough. Like
Are
Asian
they?
moms.
You say tough. Do
they
you mean
should
they
be.
love hard or tough? I mean, love and hard. Is that what you mean? Because that's what I want to see in my smarges.
You gotta love hard.
You got to love hard, or don't love at all,
No.
or go home.
Hard is good in certain circumstances. But why are you shaking your head? Is that not true? We wouldn't have had our children, honey.
Finish your thought.
She a lot of judgment comes out of,
Yeah.
Do you think that's the
I think that's universal for Asian.
Asian
okay?
Moms.
Because I
moms.
was wondering if it was just for older women.
Asian moms,
Because I feel
older
like I've gotten more
women, all of us,
judgmental.
right?
Yeah, you know, I feel
It is.
But it's more there in the Asian culture.
And my
maybe?
mom is very vocal about it, but she speaks broken English, so
Okay.
I'm the one who hears it all.
So you hear it all, and
And then my face shows it, and John's like, "What'd she say?" I'm like, "Nothing,"
Don't worry about it.
but he knows.
Okay, so back to 5 on the line.
Mhm.
Tell us what your favorite childhood pet was growing up. Or it could be a pet now, also.
So I don't remember pets as a child, but my favorite, I love our dogs that we have now, but if I had to choose a favorite, it would be Maddie. And that's because that was the
is this
first.
the one with the tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first dog John and I have together.
Okay,
And
so
I
sweet.
didn't I was afraid of dogs. And John,
That's
John,
a lot like your daughter.
Yeah.
John loves dogs, and he's like, "No, we're gonna have this. This is happening." And I was like, "Okay."
So
Are
how
you
do you-
sure? And she was the love of our life.
Yeah.
Like she was
Aw.
traumatized. She was scared. I remember it took months before she would even come near us, and she was in our home.
Poor baby.
And it went from her where she would be like 10, 15 feet away from us to where she's like laying on top of us and couldn't get wouldn't be.
So, John, your favorite pet was the household hamster?
No hamsters.
I'm teasing. What was your favorite? Was it?
I love Maddie.
Yeah,
Maddie
of course,
saved.
of
Maddie
course,
saved.
Of course.
Maddie saved Kung Pao's life, or prevented him from getting
way.
bitten by a rattlesnake.
That's how she died.
That's how she died.
Oh.
So always, obviously, like a very special place in my
Oh
heart.
my
Oh my
god.
God. When did that
Were you guys
happen?
camping or were
July
you
30th,
hiking?
2016, hiking.
On a hike,
Dry
oh my
Creek.
God.
Creek.
No way.
where the home is, where we literally went for a hike at Dry Creek
yeah,
Canyon.
yeah, where we met that one time, right?
No, who just built a house out there?
Oh, over by
our-
Roxborough.
Over Roxborough.
Yeah, my
Oh,
youngest.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so you were on this hike and this rattlesnake came out of nowhere and your dog intervened?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
She got bit twice.
Oh my God.
my
So that
gosh.
almost
Oh
happened
my
with our
gosh.
dog. We were camping down south. Where were we? I don't remember, but I was with your youngest and my brother, and we let our dog off leash all the time because she's very, she's very good off
We
leash.
used to do that with her.
Yeah. And then sure enough, she like would not leave this bush alone. And I said, come over here. Like, what are you doing? I finally went over there. Biggest rattlesnake I've ever seen. Like fattest rattlesnake, just coiled up, ready to go. She's nose to nose with it, and it wouldn't strike. Thank God. And then I freaked out and I ran thinking she'd follow me. She didn't. She's still face to face. My partner eventually had to pick her up and take her away, but she never got bit. I don't know how.
That's luck.
Because
That's
we were,
right there's
we
luck.
were so far out in the middle of nowhere that if she would have got bit, she would have died immediately.
So I think that could
but I'm so
constitute you guys
sorry.
as
That's
yeah.
awful.
Mhm.
That's. But I can't
Yeah.
believe that she saved your kid. That's
She did.
unreal.
Pets
Wow.
are amazing. They're such a part of our lives. They
That's-
really are.
That's finding some coins in the dryer. That's,
Yeah,
that's what
definitely.
That is.
That's
amazing.
100 in the dryer. I just found 100 in my pocket.
Yeah, that's a brand
So,
new credit card. In
To bring it up a little, so we do like to end it with this one. What's the last song on your playlist you listened to, or whatever you listened to, or what was the last song? What's
I think it was Little Boo Thing. I think that's the last song
Okay.
I listened to.
this?
Was
I
it really?
love
I
this
think
question.
so.
What's little boo thing?
It's like
Yeah.
all over
Yeah.
Instagram. It's like
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
that's how I've seen it. Is on Instagram. That's how I know what you're talking about. How
I
I've seen
think
it.
that
Yeah.
was the last
That's
song I
a good
listened
one.
to.
What about you, John?
both by Tiesto.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't really see that from you. That checks.
Oh, I love techno.
Do
yeah.
you?
Yeah, both.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's
That
about
is
wanting
good.
money.
This is
Really?
great.
They always say like you either have money or love, and they're like, I want both.
Yeah.
Money or
I'm
love.
not gonna
That's
settle.
the whole message of the
That's nice.
song.
Are you going? Do you like Zoo?
Yeah,
Zoo's coming in a
Nice.
few weeks, I think, to Red Rocks. Are you guys going?
I'm going now.
Yeah, I'm going now.
Yeah. Your daughter and her husband are going. I think.
Oh, really?
I don't remember the date though. It's in like the next few weeks. So if you guys want to come, bring the
Nice.
kiddos. Very
Thank
cool.
you guys so much.
Guys,
This
you
has
have
been
been-
so great. Talking about the tweenies in the laundry room, on the podcast, family, marriage. I think we covered a lot of stuff.
So tell me, Smarge, do
Okay.
you feel better about the tweenie ages now? Now
Well,
that we're,
you know, it's
obviously
not that I
it's a
feel
long,
bad,
a few years
but
to come, but
I think
do you
this is
feel
good.
more confident about how
I
to
think we
handle the
need to
tweenie
do this
years?
more often. It needs to. You just need to keep reconnecting. It's not like it's never been there. It just needs to be tapped into again.
You just need to think about it. a little
Yeah,
bit,
and
yeah.
reconnecting and talking to people actually going through it. I
Yeah.
think is awesome. And you guys have awesome stories. I can't wait to have you guys back. Would
Yeah.
you? Would you want to come back?
Absolutely.
Great.
For another re-wash.
Rewash?
Rewash.
Yeah,
Rewash.
I'm free Tuesday.
Thank you guys,
Thursday.
really though. We appreciate your time and
That was so much
it's been
fun.
great.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
yeah, and
It's
hey,
a cool experience. Yeah.
Monk and Little Al, this is Smarge, and I promise that we will be going to some festivals together. I promise.
Only if I can come.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep,
Show 'em a good time.
absolutely. I'm going to learn from these guys.
Yeah.
I'm just going to, I love live music, and why not keep it going?
Why not? Bring the little
Yeah,
kiddos. They have
absolutely.
to experience it at one point in their life, and you'd rather go with them as adults as opposed to them going with some
Yeah.
stupid kids they met in high school that are gonna make
Absolutely.
Some bad decisions. So
No,
we
I am
can't thank you
so
guys
looking-
enough. You guys are amazing. And that wraps us up for the
it
episode.
does.
And thanks again for coming on, guys.
And remember, out there, be safe, stay even, and when in doubt, go half. Hey, before we wrap up this spin cycle, Haas and I would like to give a quick shout out to those listeners who may be famous. We really do adore you, and even though you do not qualify as an NTRG, not the real guest, we would always love to hear from you. This is Smarge and Haas, keeping it sorted, keeping it real, from the family laundry room. Be safe, stay even, and remember, when in doubt, go half.
Thank you for listening to Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions. Follow us on Instagram at Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions. And if you would like to be the next Not the Real Guest, please email us at dirtylaundrycleanconfessions@gmail.com. We would love to air out the dirty laundry with you. A DLCC disclaimer. In this live pre-recorded episode of DLCC, Not the Real Names, NTRN, have been used to protect the guilty and a few of the innocent.